What is a billiard? And why do you need to know what it is or you're not going to run many racks? Here's an 8-ball example. We're on the solids. We got the 5, the 6, the 4 is there. The 2 does not go. It is tied up with our opponent's 10-ball. If we don't break up that cluster, we don't win. We play the 6-ball and we draw all the way back here. Now, why did we come all the way back here? Because now we have an angle on this 5 that leads us right up to that cluster. That shot from the 5 to the cluster, whether we broke it up, made that 10-ball or not, that is a billiard. And if you don't have this shot in your game, you're not solving problems. And if you're not solving problems, you're not running racks. An 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, Pachisi, you name it, you are leaving balls on the table. Let's wrap these up first. Now, while I shoot these off, I need to make a point. There are a bunch of people who haven't been around enough pool outside of their community to understand certain terms that we use every day, such as caroms and billiards. I actually had someone in the comments of our last video, which was about carom shots, who said, that's not a carom, that's called a kiss shot. Kiss shot is what you call a carom when you don't know what a carom is. You can call them anything you want. The shots you're going to see today are all called billiards. You will have people that should know better call them caroms. Are they kiss shots? Again, certain terminology you use because you don't know what the real terminology is. Let's get to our first shot. There's a couple things we do with a billiard. One is solve problems. If you have this situation, you are probably not going to run out. Maybe, maybe not. I can play the 1-ball, I can't break up this cluster. If I could break up that cluster, it would be easy enough. But what do we have here? The 9 is sitting in front of the pocket. Now, if I have an easy layout, you uncluster those balls, I'm probably going to try to shoot them off. But if I have an opportunity to play that 9-ball off of this cluster, I'm definitely going to do it. So what do we do here? We play a little stop shot here on the 1-ball. And by the way, this is near and dear to my heart because I actually won a tournament in Malvern, Pennsylvania at Mainline Billiards, no longer with us, rest in peace. But it was with this shot about 15 or 20 years ago, so I can't tell you if this was the exact layout, but I called the 9-ball, I came off the 2. I don't care about making the 2, I don't care about making the 3. I'm just shooting a draw shot off of this 2-ball to play the 9 and win the game. Now, you don't have to have a great draw shot. You don't have to have that exact situation. You don't have to have a lot of things to recognize the fact that if you're playing 9-ball and the 9 is sitting in the pocket, look to see if there are billiard opportunities, particularly if you're not accustomed to running 7 or 8 balls, or it doesn't look like you're going to run 7 or 8 balls. If you've seen more than a couple hundred 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball pool games in your life, you have seen someone do this. They play a ball in the side pocket and then they scratch in that corner pocket. In fact, I have given that shot the name America's favorite scratch shot. If you hear somebody say that, they got it from me, or they got it from me after somebody got it from me and they got it from that person. Anyway, what kills me is a lot of you see this, whether it's because of this channel or something else. You see someone about to shoot that shot and you say to yourself, he's going to scratch. That's America's favorite scratch shot. Brian Mitchell calls it America's favorite scratch shot. But at the same time, when you see that shot in other situations, you're not leveraging it to your advantage. Remember the opening shot of the video? That was this shot, just slightly different layout. If you don't learn any other carom in the next 10 minutes, this is one you need to learn. You have a cluster that needs to be broken up. Those don't necessarily need to be broken up, but you get the point. You know that you can get to those balls because as we're talking about it, like I like to say, some fool somewhere is scratching off of that shot. Why not leverage it, put it in your arsenal for breaking up clusters? America's favorite scratch shot is also America's favorite cluster break. Let's look at something else. Some of the shots I show you in this and any of my videos, to be honest, might be on the exotic side. Now, what does that mean? It means you might not shoot the shot that I'm shooting. A lot of people might not shoot the shot. That's okay. Somebody's got a rack. And this is one of those situations. If we're on the 10 ball, because the 14 and the 9 are locked up, and we attempt to break up this cluster off with 3 rails, guess what happens? One of 2 things happen. We either hit that cluster and have an opportunity to run out and win it, or we look at the table like we're stupid and realize that our opponent is probably going to run out no matter what happens. So why not go for the cluster? So here we play high left-hand English. We come off of 3 rails. We head towards the cluster. If I don't hit it, I'll live. Okay, my cue ball's over here, is over there. And then maybe I have to play a safety, but I'm on the 9 and I also have another opportunity to break up the cluster. I don't care how exotic it is. If you know that shot, guess what? You know about 15 to 20 other shots, not just off of 3 rails, but off of 2 rails, off of 1 rail. Some of these shots you're never going to see again, but they lead to other things. If you can dunk on a 10-foot basket, you can dunk on a 9-foot basket. That's your 10-foot basket. Let's look at something else. So by now you know what we're doing and why we're doing it, so I'm going to give you a series of billiard shots that will help you win some games. Just pay attention, get these in your game, and derivatives of these shots in your games, and you're going to run more racks. So the first one, we play the 9 in the corner pocket. We want to break up this cluster so that we're on the 8. If you don't know this angle comes down here to this pocket here, to this diamond here from certain directions, then get it in your game. But in this case, we're coming in to hit the cluster. High right-hand English. Come down, we hit the cluster. Bam, we have a not layup, but makeable 8 ball. Let's look at another one. Here's a billiard, we're playing 8 ball. Our opponent has this pocket blocked. We could hope to get position for a 2-to-1 situation, or we can take a crack at it right now and get that 15 ball out of our lives. So we come down, we knock the 15 in the pocket, and we run the rest of the rack. We don't have to worry about, did our 2-for-1 go? Did any of this stuff happen? We have an opportunity to run out. Anytime somebody is blocking your pocket and you're playing 8 ball, your very first move, before you worry about all these other balls, is what am I going to do to get his ball out of the pocket? What is the difference between a billiard and a carom? A carom is when you hit the cue ball into an object ball, and that object ball goes and hits another ball and then does something. The object ball goes in the pocket in most cases. If I shoot the 3 to the 4 and make the 4 in the side pocket, that's a combination shot. If I shoot the 3 to the 4 and make the 3 in the side pocket, that's a carom. The difference between a carom and a billiard is, in a billiard, the cue ball does all the work. It hits a ball and then travels after hitting that ball and goes and does something else in another portion of the table. That's the difference. So when I first announced that I was going to be making this video, this is the shot that I showed you. We're playing 9 ball, we're on to 1, we got a cluster here, a cluster there. The other 2 balls aren't that easy to make. So we play high left off of this 1 ball, almost as if we're banking it back here, but I don't care about making it, and that'll take us right up to that 9 ball. Now, if I shot that 10 times, maybe I make it 5. But the point is, I had an unrunnable rack, and I gave myself an opportunity to win the game. Also, it's a spirit breaker. Those of you that don't watch this channel, spirit breakers are shots that when you make that shot, your opponent has lost a little bit something when it's time to continue to play. Okay, so spirit breakers are good. So how are you going to learn all these angles and where the cue ball is going to go to break up these clusters and to play billiards and stuff like that? How do you learn anything? You're going to practice these. But here's the great news, and you got to pay attention because this part is real important. While you're learning the drill that I'm about to show you, you are getting so many bonus points in. This is what I mean. The way this works is we make a cluster anywhere on the table we want. I like to make it deep in the pocket. You can put it out here, it doesn't matter. You're not trying to make the 9 ball, you're trying to hit the cluster. And you've got ball in hand on whatever shot you take. And your shot doesn't have to be this difficult. Okay, I'm going over in that corner pocket to start. It doesn't have to be this difficult. All you have to do is make that ball and hit the cluster. And here's the bonus. If I can send this cue ball over there to hit those 2 balls, if I'm learning that angle, I can also get shape on a ball that might be there. So look at all the things that are happening here. I'm learning to shoot a billiard for position. I'm learning to shoot a billiard to break up a cluster. I'm learning to make long shots down table. You can make them long or short or whatever you want. We're just going to change the pockets as we move around the table. So this is one of the most exciting drills ever, and it's fun. How many in a row can you make? Okay? So we played the 4 ball down there. I'm going to play it with follow. We'll come up in there and touch those balls. That's all we need to do. You don't need to make the 9, okay? That's bonus stuff, all right? You just need to set them up. I don't even care if you scratch, as long as you touch the balls. And what do you do next? You put the ball back in the center of the table, give yourself ball in hand again, and now try to hit the same cluster. So you work your way around the table, guys. I'm not going to shoot the whole thing for you, but you get the point by now. So you shoot the 4 in the side. We go with a draw shot, we break up the cluster. Mess around with this thing. I like to go around the clock, so you shoot it there, then you shoot it there, and you shoot it there. And if you miss it, you miss the shot, or you miss the cluster, set it up, take ball in hand, try it again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit us in the comments. Check out FXBilliards TV, which is our streaming course, where all our master classes, there's about 200 videos on there that you're not going to ever find on YouTube. So check it out if you're interested in learning to play this game better. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.